If you were too short or too fat,
too tall.
Oh yeah, you couldn't. You couldn't be a policeman. You had to be of a normal size.
Edmund Kemper, you know who that is? The co-ed killer.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was going to be a cop, and if he was a cop, he might not have killed people. There's a good chance he might not have killed people. I'm telling you, because he's a smart guy, and I think if he would have actually got on as a cop, he would have had a way to outlet his. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever the fuck was wrong.
Yeah, but they rejected him. Which made everything that his mom said, everything that, all the negative shit that was going on in his life just kind of like come to a head. And then he started killing bitches. And now he talks about it.
He talks about it? Is he in jail?
Yeah, he's in jail.
Oh yeah, he's in jail forever.
Who is it?
He's
never coming out of it.
Oh.
He's never coming out of
He's
jail.
fucking, he was not again, he's not a good dude. He cut bitches' heads off and fucked their holes. All of them. Even a throat hole.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sick.
And buried them bitches at his mom's window, looking up.
He's
right out his mom's window, looking up.
He's sick.
Now again, is he a sick fuck or was his mom a fucking crazy bitch who?
Both.
Because supposedly, according to him, and again, could be all bullshit.
There's a lot of people that come from crazy parents that are crazy and don't do crazy shit. They live a normal life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know.
Again,
it's probably some kind of chemical imbalance.
I was talking about PTSD.
Yeah,
that's back to that.
Mm-hmm.
You can, to you and me, something that happens to a child might not be something traumatic,
right? But to the child,
on the inside, is complete. Cause especially someone who's an introvert, like I was as a kid. I'm not going to tell you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm all gonna because I'm not allowed to. For one, you're not allowed to have feelings.
You rolling some of that up?
No, I wasn't yet.
Oh, okay.
I had this in here already, so
it's good. He gave me a joint this morning, and that was around 10 o'clock, and I'm still high off of it, so it's good. The buzz is good.
All right. Yeah, I went and.
Oh, and you know it's not all the same.
No, I didn't, but okay.
Every bag is marked.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I think 6 of them are the same, and 2 of them are something else.
So yeah, I don't know. Someone had posted something. I think it was Justin's. He's like, you talk that shit, you would have been on the one side on the civil rights. Well, it's about time. I mean, we're at that point again where we have to, you know, there's ideas that just, it's not even about whether they should be spoken or not. You can speak them, but you need to understand that just like if you want to be a fucking Nazi, you're going to get punched in the face.
See, there is a line. And what I'm saying is, yes, we've been abused by police forever. Mm-hmm. But we need police. We need the proper type of training for them.
But no one's talking about getting rid of the police.
Oh, but that's what the right is saying, that we're talking about policy.
I know what they're saying.
That's not what, right, exactly.
It's the same way that they're saying that there's riots and shit still.
Because let me tell you something. You know, the police presence has been very slim lately because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Okay? People are driving like they're fucking insane. People are running lights. People are speeding at unbelievable speeds up and down the fucking street. People are making U-turns in the middle of the street with traffic coming.
I don't know where the fuck you've been driving, but every time I drive in Detroit, that's how I fucking deal with it. I'll be stopping at a light, and next thing you know, some dude will just fucking other lane.
But even
on by me.
But it's 10 times worse right now because there's they have no fear because there's no police.
Almost licked it again.
Hey, I saw that. Because there's no fucking police. I mean, it's been 4 or 5 times in the last week. Motherfuckers almost ran into me.
Sunday Ranch?
What?
Sunday Patch?
Let me see it.
Punch.
Yeah,
Sunday punch.
Yeah.
Alright, this is one for you to try. Ooh, that's gross. So yeah, I don't know.
So you know,
but it's back to my point.
And there are bad guys, so we need police. Because there are bad guys.
No, we need police, but we need
police
for
with the
those
proper
things.
attitude.
No, we need police for those things.
Yeah.
You don't need police for a mental health situation.
No.
You don't need police for things that are out of their control and out of their hands. Things they're not trained for.
You're right.
You're not allowed to have that. To keep people in control is to have a military in your police department.
Everybody wants to be Mel Gibson. Like,
Well, it's not even
Yeah,
no, it's
what do you
more
mean?
about
What do you mean?
Lethal Weapon. Like, everybody wants to be that like, outside edgy cop that,
always
just-
gets it right.
yeah, like, I'm right and I'll beat
It's
you
the
up
ego.
and, yeah,
It's the ego.
like,
I've got two friends. I've been knowing them since I was in high school, and both of them became police officers. And they were in the police force. I'd say
Where?
Detroit.
In Detroit?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it could have been.
they were police officers for I'd say at least 15 years on the force. In fact, they were there long enough to get retirement money, and we talk about it all the time. And they tell me about it. They say, yeah, like within the police force, there's racism. Within the police force, they were telling me about, like they drug test black police more than they do white police. They were telling me all kinds of shit.
Are they white or black?
They're black.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're black. And
Well, I mean, did you watch the Chappelle stand-up he did recently? It's not really stand-up.
I don't know.
No, you didn't, obviously. Because he talks about a black cop that was in the police force in California and eventually just got so sick of it he started killing cops. He started killing cops that were being,
They were bad cops.
bad cops.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, they put 21 holes in that dude. They fucking killed
yeah.
that guy beyond
Oh, fuck
killed.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was no chance that dude would live.
No. Even if he had surrendered, they'd have killed him.
But that's the thing. They've taken the military and they moved it to the streets because all these people have the same mentality that you would have if you were in the
If you were
military.
and you were in a foreign country.
Yeah, that's why you can't look
yeah,
them
why
up.
do they look like SWAT? Why can't they just walk up to you like a human being? Like, why?
I don't know.
get
They're
you.
always afraid someone's going to shoot them.
And I get that.
And how is
because-
it? Why is it like that? Why would
But you
think
already
someone's
have a
gonna shoot
weapon.
them?
You already have a weapon.
Why have a job that you have fear? Why would you even want a job where
Someone's got to do it. No one can ever not have fear. Fear is a natural
No.
No. Yes, it is.
My friends told me, my two police officer friends told me,
Hey,
he said that in most cases,
leave her alone.
they said the cases that were the most dangerous were domestic cases.
Yeah.
Where they get a call and they're approaching the house, somebody just starts shooting at them.
And that's from the fear.
No.
I'm not fucking going to jail. They're in their shit. Or
What the hell? He fell because I didn't want him to get up there.
Oh.
Leave her alone. She didn't do nothing to you.
Oh, that's what I mean. They're having a little argument.
But what if you had police
Just
like
a
you
little
had?
dicky brother. Go ahead. Anyways, sorry. Turn on your fucking phone, somebody, so I can see if anybody's been talking to us.
What if the police were like the postman? Your postman, and you see when you got a
Well, that's what
different
it
one.
should be.
But I'm saying you know him by name, and he comes and he knows you, and like he knows everybody in the blocks that he's on.
So we're on a 7-second delay or something.
I don't know. 20-second probably.
That's a comment. I don't know. I'm saying you know him by name, and he comes. She's the I hate the voice.
That's easy for the postman.
See, that's what you got to learn to let go of.
Well, they really, that's a good idea though.
Because no one ever hears your voice the way you hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But that is a good idea. Policemen should go to every house,
you're right.
wherever his area is.
You say that.
He should go.
How many people would know? I'm sorry, you shouldn't. No, that's too much intrusion.
No, listen to me. Listen to what you're not hearing me. You're listening, but you're not hearing.
Okay.
if I'm a policeman in the 12th precinct, it might take me a year or two to do it, but I'm going to talk to every person that lives in that precinct. So you get to know the people. They get to know you.
Again, it goes back to the point of, again, what if it's the day you decide to know me is the day that I happen to be doing something that, and again, with the system, it depends on who you're talking to and what cop you're talking to, but there's so much variance in the law.
Yeah,
between one place and another that I come to your house and you happen to be doing something wrong, then I catch you that day, and now I'm a hero.
No.
What I was trying to do is get to know you.
Yeah, but see, that's not going to happen.
But that's why they do the fucking.
But that's not going to happen because you do it by appointment.
Well, you do it. You also should do it by community. Hey, bring the community in, do events, have events where the community can come to you.
Right.
Don't go to the community because again, even if it's by appointment, even if I feel like I have to do it, changes the perspective.
I think it. Whenever people are face to face.
Oh, I'm not saying they should be face to face.
And you talk to them.
It should be the cops should be having a festival. The cops should have a here. Come meet us. Come see.
Well,
us.
they do that.
Like no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I have gotten invitations to come to the 12th.
Not here.
Yes, I have.
Not in Hazel Park.
No, I'm not. I don't live in Hazel Park.
It should be like the Tigers do. You know how the Tigers do every spring?
Mm-hmm.
They basically just especially the season ticket holders and all the fans can come and meet the Tigers that are going to be on the team for the season.
Right.
And they do all that stuff. That's what it should be. Hot dogs, a balloon thing, have a little carnival, and just have the cops show up and get to meet people and stuff like that. Yes, again, but you also need to take a lot of the stuff away from what the cops do so they're not dealing with people that they shouldn't be dealing with. You know what I'm saying? When I call 911, 90% of the stuff that I tell the lady, she's going to send a cop.
Yeah, but see, what I'm talking about is real community involvement.
And that's what I'm
saying too.
See,
I'm not saying
see, when a policeman knows
right down the streets, you know what you should do? Have cops on bikes. Especially in this neighborhood, because we have the little neighborhood.
Well, they used to have that.
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you something.
In some places, hold on a second. In rich places, if you go north of 15, they have that.
Listen to me. When I was a kid, cops walked the beats.
Yeah. They walked
I knew who.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making here. When cops walked the beats, they knew that's Joe Blow. This is Simon so and so. He got a little kid.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what they need. They need cops walking beats again. And another thing that cuts down on crime. People know cops are walking beats. That cuts down on a lot of crime.
Yeah, because you're not gonna, you're gonna see when somebody's acting weird or different if you know them.
That's the problem with a lot of things is what someone perceives as different and weird could just be a dude rushing out the store.
Could be.
Yeah, and but that's what I'm saying.
It's like the guy,
but that's how it's
just like that Aubrey guy. He was jogging, and they want to say he was.
Yeah, he's jogging and happened to stop at an empty house.
And just looked.
Yeah, I actually thought about doing that myself. On Middle Belt.
Mm-hmm.
There's this fucking house that's a mess. It's like a massive house on the lake, and when you drive by these houses, they're all gated, fenced driveways with long rides, and you see that it's like at least 5,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
You ever hear that Bob Dylan story where he was? I think it was in New York. He was in New York about to play a concert that night, and he went by to see if somebody still lived in a house that he knew, because he was in the neighborhood to get out walking. And he's old. He's, this is in the 2000s, I think. And cops get him for peeping Tom,
I think it was a house he used to live in when he was a kid.
Something along those lines.
That's what it was. He went back to see a house that he used to live in when he was young.
Yeah. And they got him in the car. They didn't believe him because the kid didn't know who he was. It's like, what do you mean Bob Dylan?
How do you not know who Bob Dylan is?
I don't know. Naive kids. Maybe he thought he was.
I bet there's a bunch of people don't know who Bob Dylan is.
Country music listeners and.
Yeah, if I listen to hip hop, I've never listened.
He still made my favorite country album, Nashville Skyline.
I'm talking modern country.
Yeah, that's still.
Fuck country music.
No, that's a
I'm
good
sorry,
country album.
Oh, there's a new country music too. You know that, right?
Huh?
There's a revolution happening in country music. There are more black people in country western music today than there's ever been.
It's still crap.
I know, but I'm just saying that everything is.
It proves that even black people can't fix it.
Look, music is like this. It's doing this. Music, all kinds of music is mixing together.
I mean, it always is. The classified music is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's noises coming out your mouth with some noise that you make off an instrument. It's all the same. It's just a matter of whether you like the tempo fast or you like it slow.
Or you like the words, or you don't.
Do you like more voice? Do you like high pitched? Because I realize that's why I like Young Thug. He's high pitched. He sounds like Elton John.
Well,
That's why I like Elton John.
Well, most people, if you ask, they did a survey, and people like high singing people more than any other.
Well, yeah,
People sing high.
and I'm not saying I'm anything special.
They like
I like
that.
female artists.
Or just guys with high voices.
Generally,
Like Chris Brown. He got a high voice.
I still don't listen to Chris Brown. I can't do it. I know you have to forgive and move on.
Well, because of Rihanna?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I love Riri too much.
He's not. Well, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about any of that stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll listen. There's certain rap things I like, and I'll listen to them.
I'm just saying Riri's amazingly hot, and she's a fucking bad bitch.
Oh, yeah. Well,
She's a bad bitch that's like...
What did she just...
She's my spirit animal.
She just
I
gave...
can't wait to live that fucking life.
She just gave a couple of $1 million to something a couple of weeks ago. She's always giving money away.
Smoking and wearing... She's like, I got a fat ass, and I'll wear shit to show you.
It's amazing the money these people make, though.
Line too.
It's absolutely amazing the money the entertainers make.
It's not even entertainers. It's amazing the money people make off the entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
The entertainers only get a fraction of the money that's made.
Yeah, but they get big money.
A fraction. Sports players. My uncle, my dad's brother. I remember. I think it was the 2000s. Maybe in late 90s. He basically gave up on sports. Like, he was done with it. He was done watching professional sports. He had lost interest, and it was because they were making too much money.
Well, what's dope is...
And it was like, how are you mad at the players for wanting a fair share of the fucking cut? And they don't even get a fair share. They don't. They get fucking a fraction of the share.
Most of them. Yeah, most of them.
No. Even the big boys. Because remember, football is a good example. Football pays only out of their fucking TV revenues.
Right.
Which means they only get 25% of the TV revenues. Nothing to do with tickets, sales of shirts, all the other shit that happens. None of that stuff matters.
Right.
Only thing that matters is the TV revenue. Now, the owners get revenue from the whole picture.
But see,
like Bill Burr said on Rogan. Did you listen to Bill Burr on Rogan? Like he was saying about fucking managers in the entertainment business, where they basically they give you a 60-40 split, but they take 40 off the fucking the gross, and you get 60 off the fucking finished product.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying for everything, and they're basically doing nothing.
Well, they're doing something.
What? They're setting up 1 or 2 appointments?
Yeah, because they have to connect. You couldn't set them up. If you could set them up, you wouldn't need a manager.
Yeah.
That's let me tell you something, man. I've been through that stuff. I know.
It's a different world.
The way that stuff is set up.
It's a different world, though.
If you don't know somebody, I don't care how talented you are, you're not going nowhere.
You don't have to. That's the thing. It's about understanding the perspective of what you want. Do you want to be Joe Rogan? Well, guess what? If you want to be Joe Rogan, you better start now.
Well,
you won't be, because the dude's been putting this work in. The fucking podcast didn't happen 10 years ago.
No.
The podcast happened 40 years ago.
No, I go all the way back.
It's just
a
radio show.
When he first started fighting, and when he was on news radio.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, even before then, when he first walked into the stand-up, he did his first set.
Yep.
He's been working on this ever since. So it's a process.
So, but when you tell me he deserves the $100 million?
Does he not?
I mean, are you saying he deserves the $100
If
million?
the company's going to pay him $100 million,
Okay, so now he's no more. He's not just a guy now. He could buy companies. He could buy fighters.
he was making millions and millions. His contracts were already $1 million contracts from fucking.
Of course.
What's it called?
But $100 million is a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money.
It takes him to the different level.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he's still here, not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how amazing.
But he'll
it is.
get there if he wants to.
If he wants to.
Yeah.
If he starts buying
It's
business.
like
But you got to have the desire to want to own that much shit.
what's his name? The guy.
That's a
the
lot
guy
of
with
pressure.
J Lo.
Who?
Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
They get ready to buy.
That dude has been rich since
They're getting ready
the
to.
90s.
Yeah, because he's been making $50 million, $100 million for the last 15 years.
250 million. No, it's
Yeah.
30 million a year.
It
He was
was
250 for
Yankees,
fucking.
right?
Yeah, for a long
25
time.
million a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they get ready to buy a team. They get ready to become owners.
Good for them.
So that means they got to have at least $1 billion.
Of what sport?
Football. I think it was football. Was it football?
Oh no, they're probably getting in it with.
Or was it basketball?
There's no way they have enough money to buy either of those. They have to get in it like Jay-Z did, where you own it with multiple people.
Well, yeah, of course.
Mark Cuban did.
Of course.
That's a billionaire. That's the difference.
Yeah, and how long ago was that when he bought that team? That team wasn't worth the amount of money it's worth today.
No, he definitely turned it around.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
He got a good deal.
He got a
He
good
did.
deal.
He got a good deal.
But even still,
He was in the right place at the right time at the money.
you could probably still get a good deal on some of these teams that have been pathetic for as long. Like you walk up to Marsha Ford right now and offer her.
No.
You
She ain't selling for nothing.
Dude, you offer her $250 million, she'd
She
sell in a
ain't
heartbeat.
selling. Money don't mean nothing to her, man.
I would say
Money don't mean jack to her.
You say that,
So
except for if you
Lions
watch
don't
the Lions, which you haven't. If you watch the Lions have literally been ran as if they only care about one thing and one thing only.
Money.
Yeah,
That's
it's all
what-
about getting your money.
That's why she doesn't need the money.
No, I understand that, but
It's
also an
automatic.
asshole.
It's automatic. She doesn't give a fuck, man. You think she sits down and watch those games?
Yeah, she's
Fuck.
at the games actually.
Yeah, but she's not really watching. She's just there because she's a figurehead.
Now she is,
Yeah.
because it was her husband before.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude too.
All the owners, fuck all of them.
Fuck the Illiches, man.
Fuck all of them.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, no, I mean,
Let me tell you something.
I like Cuban. Cuban's a good
Who,
guy.
who pays for these stadiums and these arenas?
We do, yeah.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly. And these guys make. And you know what? You can't look at their books.
Nope.
You can't look at their books. Their books are
But-
secret.
I mean, it's a shame that everybody has to pay for it, but that's the cost of so many people loving it.
Well, we give.
It's like an idolization arena.
We give sports too much.
Yeah, but it's more about
We give sports too much.
It's more about, okay, we built it, give us a cut. Back to my point, our money built it, our tax money, and again, ours didn't, it was the city of Detroit that
Well,
built
sports is a white privilege thing too.
it. What do you mean? Owning it?
No. On Sunday, next time the Lions play,
Yeah.
look at the crowd in the back.
Oh, I know.
And
Oh, I knew
you
that.
can count the black people in the crowd on a couple of hands.
Yeah, well,
So it costs, man, to go to a game costs a lot of fucking money. You're gonna pay $50 to park the car. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
yeah, I know.
You're gonna pay $50 just to park your fucking car.
Yeah.
Now let's say you got
So is that hold on, is that just,
90% of black people can't afford to go to game.
that's true.
I think
Okay.
30
Well, I think
to
70%.
55.
I think 70% of white people can afford to go to game.
I wouldn't say it's that much anymore.
Oh, I would.
No, I think that's something I might disagree on. I think a larger percent, and that's one of the reasons why you have this push towards Trump, is because a large percentage of those people who were, like you said, the 70%, I think in the last recession, because think about 08 and how bad that fucked over how many people that were retiring. There were thousands and thousands of people who were 2 to 3 years from retiring with amazing 401ks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they basically were told, "Oh no, you're broke. You have to stay working for the rest of your life."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those people were those people. Now they're here.
Yeah.
That's my point. I think it's down. I think it's down 30%. I think the last recession dropped us 30%.
All those people have been replaced by new people since then.
No.
Because I'm going to tell you something.
The stadiums aren't filling up. You know how you can tell the difference? Look at a hockey game.
Well, hockey, you can't use hockey.
Yes, you can. Because hockey, when it's good,
it's not a popular sport.
It doesn't matter. The Red Wings were always selling out.
Yeah.
Trust me, I watched the Red Wings.
Up until recently.
Yes, they were selling out the fucking stadium every single time. And why was that? Because there was a large population of white people who had money.
They like hockey.
But the white people ain't left. They're still here. They just don't have any money now to go spend money on the game. They suck, too. It doesn't help. But even when they suck, there was still a percentage of people who would go anyway.
You're wrong.
What do you mean I'm wrong?
You are. There's been more millionaires created in the United States in the last 5 years than the whole history of our country.
We're talking about this area. Well, and making millionaires, for every millionaire, 5 people went down a grade.
Probably.
So again,
that's that 1% we talking about.
If it's all white people that became millionaires, then 5 white people out of there went down 2 grades.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
possible.
Again, we have 600 billionaires. That's how fucked this country.
Who has 600 billionaires?
United
the world or United States?
United States.
Okay, we have 600 billionaires. How many millionaires do you think we have?
It's
in the thousands. It's in the thousands. It's gotta be.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that.
And people that are millionaires, they like boats. They like going to games. They like playing golf.
No, I don't think millionaires go to games. I think middle class goes.
Their kids go.
No,
they think their kids.
You're not understanding. Middle class goes to these games.
Well, okay.
Rich people live in the cities.
No.
All right, I know some.
This neighborhood.
The rich people in the boxes. They got boxes for them. I worked arenas as security.
Rich people are in the boxes.
I worked arenas as security.
Yes.
The rich people up in the boxes.
Exactly.
The people that are making 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, they're
the
that's 75,000.
But I know these
150,000. You're still in a box.
You may be
lower level and all that shit. Yeah, if you're on the bottom, if you're from 5 or 20 rows, and we're talking hockey in my head.
Okay? Oh, okay, hockey.
We're talking
hockey.
I
can't talk hockey.
Even in football. Football is a completely different world because football has such a demand compared to an amount. Like hockey, it's 82 games.
Yeah.
So you get 40 home games.
Yeah.
Football, you get 8. So there's a reason why it fills up. There's a reason why they have people waiting in line because you can't. Where hockey, it's a different story. So say 20 rows up, that's a 75 and up.
Okay, I get what you're saying, right?
From that point up,
100,000.
No. 70. No, I'm saying from 25 rows and down to ice rink. You're talking
hockey.
Hockey.
Okay.
You probably are making, and again, hockey is where all
the closer you are to the ice, the more
money you have.
Yes,
that's my point. So 20 rows up, you're 75,000 and up. That's my point. Same with the suites.
So they don't have suites in hockey. They don't have those.
They do, but most of those suites are, and again, those
are companies.
Those are owned by companies.
Yeah.
So those are the top 1% people up there.
I've invited a couple.
So you get 75 and up from 20 rows up. And then from that point on, it's middle class.
Tickets are $35 and shit like that.
Yeah, you might top row. You'll have people who go. You like the reason I got to go to hockey games when I was a kid is because my dad would get them from his work. Whenever one of the other architects didn't want one, he'd get tickets for us to go to the games.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the actual business had. And you know, my dad worked for a black guy.
Really?
My dad's boss was an architect.
Oh, okay.
Like an official architect, and he was a black man.
Oh, okay.
Drove a fucking yacht. Had a fucking house on the lake. Sent all his 3 kids to fucking college. I think he had 2. He had either 2 to 3 kids. Sent them full pay scholarships.
Yeah.
While my dad, who did 80% of the fucking work. I mean, it's his fault he couldn't send his kids to college. He wasted the money.
Yeah, because he made enough money to do it.
No, to send us to community college, not like Michigan. My dad was only making at the tops. When I was kicked out, That's when he started. I'm assuming like the late '90s and early 2000s when he was making the most, and at that he probably at the most he was making $70,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Again, he didn't have a stamp.
I mean, that's not bad money.
That's not bad. And I don't even know if he got to that. He might have stayed at 50 or 60 the whole time. Well, again, while the guy he's doing the work for is making
Well, that's how it is.
2 to 3. I know it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, yeah, it does make sense because
No, it doesn't.
The guy that owns the company has to
He didn't own
own
it.
I'm saying the guy that's the boss, he has more responsibility.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
He's not doing.
He's
the work.
liable.
He's the one that's not
He's
get
nailed
fucked
to the wall.
when the employees do something stupid. He's the one that's gonna get fucked.
Exactly.
Again, that's what his 20% is. So yes, he should get fucked. He's supposed to spend 20% of the time, of the effort, on making sure the shit that the other 80% was done is right. So, yeah, you should get fucked. But that doesn't mean you deserve 150% more than the person that's working for you. Again, that's my
You
point.
provided them with the opportunity.
You don't need 150%. The life you could have lived at 100% more.
See, now you're making a judgment call there.
No, I'm not making a judgment.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to tell you why.
Scientifically proven that once you get to $100,000, there's no difference in someone that you have to get to fucking millions and you have to get to billions before you can tell the difference. You have to be 100 million like Joe Rogan. That once you hit 100,000 to a million, can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference in lifestyle. You can do whatever the fuck you want when you. 100,000 is 10,000 over. Say 120,000.
If you
10,000
get
a
that
month.
much money,
Yeah, but $1 million is a lot more money.
But you're not.
It's
making,
9 times.
No one makes $1 million a year. At the most, you're making like. You make. I know CEOs make millions, but it's not in their fucking salaries. That's why they don't pay taxes on it.
Oh, a lot of them don't take a salary.
They get 450,000. They keep it at that.
They have things in their contract, bonuses and all kind, and performance bonuses and all kind of stuff in their contracts.
Yeah.
You know, so
Makes sense.
they might have a salary of a certain amount of money, but they have all kind of bonuses. They can make that money bigger by their performance.
I'm just saying.
That's what they taught me when I was in training to be in management.
It goes back to the point. If someone's going to give me $1 million and then they're like, oh, you got to pay 40% taxes. Oh, so I still get 60 grand, 600 grand?
Yeah,
Okay. Take it.
I have no problem with it.
The problem I have is the fact that we spend it on bombs and not on healthcare.
Yeah, well,
That's my issue.
well,
I have no representation. There's
Maybe
no
that's-
representation from the people who don't want to blow people up.
well, maybe that's getting ready to change. Let's hope it.
I don't think
Let's
so.
hope we're on the right road.
I honestly think that they've come to realize that they can save some money
I think-
by not shipping these fucking bombs across the country and just start using them here.
You say healthcare, I say physical.
Let me tell you
health,
something, dude.
education.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not saying that that should be part of healthcare.
It's not
They're
enough.
one and the same.
It's not. They don't have enough power to do that
Who?
in America.
They have drones that could blow up this house and make it look like it was a fucking gas.
And what good is it going to do them
Nothing.
in the long run?
To be honest with you,
In the long run, they're still going to get fucked.
that makes
Because
some
people will figure that shit out.
You say that, except for that makes some dude sitting in fucking New York $1,000.
Okay.
He makes $1,000 off it, and to be honest, that's all he needs. He don't give a shit because that's just one guy making 1,000. There's probably about 100 people who make money off of that bomb that just blew us up.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the dude that flew the fucking drone or the people that built the drone.
Right.
It's a giant money scheme. So
But-
you say, what is the point? My point is they do it now across the fucking planet.
But I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason why I don't think that's going to happen because most people, the majority of people, know right from wrong.
I get that, but
And I believe that
they've split
that's
the
the only
narrative.
reason. That's the only reason why we haven't blown ourselves up yet.
But they've split the narrative, so it's really difficult to figure out who's right and who's wrong. Because if you try to do your research, it's hard not to get like
Come on. In reality, in your brain, you know what's right and what's wrong.
I do.
Everybody does.
Then why the fuck are they still racist?
Good people do
Why do
bad
people
things
end up
and bad
because
people
they've been-
do good things.
They've been.
Back to my point, there's no bad or good.
Exactly, but you're
No.
saying that there is. You're
No,
defining
there
it.
is bad and there is good.
There's bad actions,
Yes.
but it's all caused by whatever the fuck's in there, not what it is.
Well,
It's
that's
not
all.
like people pine on their.
It's
bad
ego bound.
actions.
See,
Some
the problem-
people can just do bad shit
How
and
do they
not
don't
care
pine
about
on it?
it.
They fucking pray all the time. They're always doing their shit. That's how they get out of not thinking. You should think about your bad actions, and you should understand and learn from your
That's
bad
what I
actions.
meant when I said that they've been brainwashed and programmed. Look,
You're right. I agree with that.
as an example,
Fox News is a fucking.
we don't even have to do that.
You just copy Fox News' playbook.
You don't even got to listen to no news. It's how you were raised.
Well, that.
Okay, so like
that's why
I was
that's why
raised.
the Mormon faith still goes.
I was raised to be a Baptist. Okay,
I was Presbyterian.
my
Catholic.
Catholic and Baptist.
I had no
I do
choice.
them both, depends
What I'm
on
saying
the
is we
guy.
don't have a choice.
I didn't either.
No one does.
I know.
They just take you as a child and start molding you the way they think you should be. That might not be what's in your head or your heart. So you got to overcome that before you can overcome anything. You got to realize, you got to be able to see that.
But how do you get people to see it? Because obviously,
They have to see it individual. It's an individual
then
thing.
what do you do?
Well,
What is this? Did you like this?
It was alright.
what is what?
It was okay. It had some flavor. It's just light and
Did you get high?
I don't know.
mildly.
Okay.
It's fair.
I mean, I can sell it. I'm not worried.
Now, which one was that?
What?
What did you smoke?
The punch.
I've been smoking dabs though too. It's like,
I mean, it makes sense why I wouldn't like it if it's fucking that fruity. Because I was talking to some dude at the Death By.
Oh, when you were playing?
I really gotta remember these people's names. Every fucking time I go to these things and I hang out with these people,
And you forget names.
oh, I always forget.
I'm like that too.
Because I'm fucking.
You won't forget the face. You
No,
just
I
forget
know
the
them.
name. Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
stoned as shit every time I leave.
Yeah.
call
So,
them by name.
Especially if you meet
Or you say it.
I know I need to do that.
Especially-
No, I know that's not how you do it.
especially if you meet 3 or 4 people at,
Yeah.
at one time.
Well, that's. So he's and he's a friend on fucking Facebook and everything. So it's kind of even more embarrassing. He listens to the show. He wants to be on the show. He's gonna bring some stuff. He tests weed.
Oh, you were telling me about him.
I think I brought it up yesterday, probably.
You said what his name was too, and I can't remember.
Oh, I probably did.
You mentioned his name.
Anyways,
You're high.
so it's just talking to people today about the cream and orange, and it's like I don't. This guy's like, and he when I said tange orange, he goes, I think it's the myrcene, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty positive it's not myrcene.
The machine is doing what?
Giving it the orange flavor.
Oh.
He thinks it's stuff that has high myrcene has and I'm like,
Okay, so
I was
what?
trying to.
Where's your thing of with the different?
It's right here. I know, and I know it's not because myrcene is the one I pay attention to the most. I was like, no, because my Deadhead has myrcene and there's no orange at all. It has citrus in it, but it's musk, cloves, herbal.
Okay.
That's musk, cloves, herbal, and citrus. So yes, myrcene with I think it's this valicine, which is grapefruit, citrus, sweet, woody, and it's the only one that has tangy on it.
Ah.
So that's what all that flavor comes from, is that actual, and it's an anti-inflammatory, so that's why people probably like it. But you add it to the myrcene, and then you add it to linalool and terpenine, and he goes, and limonene. That'll give you. Oh, limonene will give you the orange too. No one's really talking. So
And these are terpenes who we're talking about, right?
yeah. So
Different types of
he's right.
terps.
It's limonene and valicine is what's going to give you the tangy flavor. I think.
I ain't that crazy about the tangy flavor
I fucking
anyway.
hate it. But he said he liked pine. He goes, more pine the better. I'm like, okay, so you like a Jack or a Haze?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pine.
Yeah.
Jack and Hayes. Well, Jack, obviously. When I say Jack, I might as well just say Hayes because they're the same.
Yeah. Yep. They are.
Jack Hara is 3 of the top strains at the time, back in the 80s and 90s. It's early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s, so it's Skunk 1, crossed with Hayes, crossed with, what was the other one? I just had it in my head too. Skunk 1, Hayes, Northern Lights.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was, Northern Lights, yeah. Those 3 crossed together give you the Jack Hara, and then a true Jack Hara, which is, I think, Sensible Seeds.
So you said, and Jack Harris a Haze? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the 3 main. When they made Jack Hara, there's the 3 top, and it's Sensible Seeds. I think so. The ones that actually created Sensi or Sensible. It's an Amsterdam company, and it was. I could be wrong on the Northern Lights, but I know it's Skunk, Haze, one of the Hazes.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been Super Silver, but it was one of the Hazes, and then the Northern Lights, and that's why you get if you pop from the actual breeders, you'll get 5 different phenotypes, ranging from sativas
all the way down,
to the skunk. So
Skunky skunk.
Jack Hara might actually be a good place to find a skunk.
Probably.
Might be the only place to find a skunk. But the problem is that Haze is so overpowering. Because I listened to people talk about that too. About they were saying that the skunk is gone.
That's hard to believe.
Is it?
I mean, it's possible.
Have you ever smoked anything recently that tasted like the old skunk?
The last time I had anything that tasted like the old skunk was about 5 6 years ago.
Because the theory is that because skunk came out in the 80s.
But it's got to be skunk somewhere.
No, well, it came out in the 80s. Yeah, maybe over in the fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
North.
It's somewhere.
It's not here.
Yeah.
Because it just.
You have to go. You have
It's
to
too
go
strong.
You might have to go get it.
Well,
That's
it's
what
too
I'm
strong
saying.
a smell for the dealing with the cannabis. So like that's why.
Man, let me tell you something. I knew guys that grew skunk back in those days, and they were so paranoid.
Oh, I bet.
Because once it got late in the season, that shit would stink up a whole neighborhood. I mean, I'm serious. It would stink up a whole neighborhood for blocks.
Yeah.
It's so strong. And people be like, you smell that? You smell that? And they start looking for it. They would. They'd start looking
They
for
didn't have
it.
carbons like they do now.
No, these are outdoor grows.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
That's
outdoor.
another-
These are indoor grows. These are outdoor grows.
And skunk was weak. Skunk was only like 14%.
Yeah, but you know what?
At that time, though.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You know, a lot of people. I've heard a lot of these people say, "Oh yeah, weed back then wasn't that strong." It's bullshit.
No, it was still strong.
A lot of people might not have been getting the primo weed back then. Yeah. Primo was harder to get back
What are you
then.
talking about? There ain't nobody getting primo weed now.
But I mean, back then.
No, the same shit.
But what I'm saying, no. What I'm
People are
saying,
getting a lot more Regos.
what I'm saying back then, marijuana was coming into its own. So people were bringing bud from everywhere in the world to the United States. We had the money to buy it. You understand what I'm saying? So we were getting all kind of exotic shit from India, from everywhere,
Yeah,
Africa.
because you could actually ship it.
Yeah, and, there's all kind of ways to get
That's
it.
why Thai stick was so.
I'm telling you, we were smoking Vietnam, we were smoking Thai, we were smoking black ganja, we were smoking Acapulco Gold,
It's gonna
we were
happen
smoking
again.
Panama Red, we were smoking Oaxacan, Meshmacan. We were smoking the top shit from around the world, man. When my friends came back from Vietnam, oh, they brought back weed. That was like, what the fuck?
Dude, we did not smoke that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I had Regos, and one time I had Regos that smelled like gas, like gasoline. There was one time, and we didn't even have it. My buddy just happened to.
You know what I smell
It
like
came
that?
in a gas tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came. Yeah, it came.
So my buddy he had stole a joint worth of this little white buds, and it was like I had never seen anything like that. We actually called it the puffs because of the little balls, little tiny little nuggets.
Yeah.
He rolled it up. He did one of those things where he rolled it up because he used a dollar bill, and he got it. And he was like, "Man, I could just do a dot like it would, no paper." And it was, so he put a resin catcher on it because that's what we did back then for some stupid reason. But he put a resin catcher on it. Within 3 hits, that bitch was dripping in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I had to go to work.
Yeah.
And I had to go to work in like 2 hours. And at this time, I was working at a fucking rest home. Like some old folks home, working in the kitchen, some pouring milks, nothing fancy, pouring milks, opening cans of soup, dishing out, like getting it all set up so each plate has its own, like a milk, a juice,
right?
It's like the worst, dude. That's like, oh my god, I can't. Oh, all right, that I should use that as my motivation. That's my motivation.
That's your motivation?
Yeah, because. Unless my brother somehow becomes super rich, like he's a millionaire in the next couple of years, which is very possible. My brother's very, very motivated, and I could see my brother actually starting a cult. And I don't mean a bad cult. I mean like a whole church, having a whole thing and becoming like.
Is he religious?
Oh yeah, and the beauty about his religion, it's evolved. I don't want to say evolved. That's a sacrilege word, I guess. But it's evolved in a sense that when he first really gave himself up, when he went to jail, he was on that shit. Like he called me one day crying on the phone because he had remembered that I had been baptized as a child and that he was going to be able to spend eternity with me in heaven.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't baptized as a child.
Gotcha.
So he had got baptized.
He found the Lord.
He just got baptized. You know what I'm saying?
He found the Lord later on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we went to church.
Yeah.
When we were kids, but it wasn't like.
But he wasn't. Yeah.
So,
he wasn't saved yet. He wasn't saved yet. They call it being saved.
Yeah, he was super extreme too. Like really, like I said, like hearing. Like verses would come to him, like reading the Bible 100 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's still on that level. Like he's very spiritual in that sense, but it's more when I hear him talk, it's more of the actual Jesus words, and less of the fear and brimstone shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's more about like no, God is love and
you're not the fear of it.
Yeah. Like he more sound to me if he wasn't a Christian, I'd be like you're just a Buddhist. That's all you're basically on that same. And a lot has to do with his wife because his wife is very
religious.
Well, they're both yeah. But the way she looks at it and he looks at it is better than his first wife because his first wife was fucking nuts. The whole family was like super like
out there
spiteful type.
Oh, okay.
Christians.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, and he kind of devolved into that. Not spiteful, but
Yeah.
Like my brother thought Obama was Muslim.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like I got offended. I don't even know why I got offended. What the fuck do I care?
Because you didn't want to believe that shit.
I'm like, no, what? No, why is my brother? No, you're too smart for that.
Yeah, right. You didn't. Like, you can't see through that.
Yeah, how? What? But he's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, isn't he? I'm like, and I got it, and I kind of was a little mean about it, and I had to actually step it back and like, no, you're right.
How old is he?
He's he's 38. So, and this was years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, dude, he's not. He's Christian. He had a Christian pastor, all this other stuff. It's just something. He goes, oh, okay, and then it's like.
Because he heard something.
Yeah, it just happened to hear something in the circles that he was running with.
From somebody he might have respected.
Yep.
Thought they were cool.